Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Aer Capsule Pack Max, which is a very simple and spacious 40-liter travel bag. And this is a collaboration between Aer and 9 Hours, which is a hotel chain in Japan that focuses on capsule-style rooms. And so Aer has taken a lot of inspiration from the simplicity and design of these capsule-style rooms and blended it into the Capsule Pack Max. And I've been testing this out for the past couple of weeks, and so far it's been a really great experience. The bag has been very comfortable to wear, it has a great build quality, some nice new features that I haven't seen on Aer's bags before, and I really like the overall design. So I'm really excited to share it with you guys, and I want to thank the company for sending the bag for me to test out. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting out with the overall aesthetic, I really like the minimalistic and sleek look that this has. Normally Aer keeps things pretty clean with their bag, but it feels like they took it one step further with this collaboration from 9 Hours. You can definitely see a more rounded shape, which makes sense given the capsule-like appearance that they were going for. And for the most part, I think this looks pretty nice. It seems like it's going to fit in well into a variety of environments, and it also helps keep the look of the bag a little bit smaller considering how large it is. As far as the colors, the bag is offered in the black version that you see here and in a heathered gray, and for this black version the materials used are a really durable feeling 1680D ballistic nylon, as we've seen in a lot of Aer's other bags, and this feels like it's going to offer a nice amount of weather resistance and durability. And then it also has really nice YKK zippers all throughout that all have really nice aqua guards, so overall it really feels like your stuff is going to be very well protected from the elements and like the bag is going to hold up well over the longer term. And then jumping into the capacity, the Capsule Pack Max comes in at about 40 liters, which is a really great travel bag size. It definitely feels like this is going to be able to hold more than enough for 2 to 3 weeks of travel. This is actually offered in 2 different sizes, so it comes in a smaller 35-liter size, and that's normally going to be kind of my preference for traveling internationally, as that size is going to be a little bit better for carrying on and not having to worry about weight and size restrictions. But for the most part, even this larger 40-liter version feels pretty sleek. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, due to its shape, even when it's completely packed out, I like that it doesn't stick out too much, so it's still pretty easy to move around crowded cities or to jump onto public transit. As far as the weight, Aer's bags are normally a little bit on the heavier side just due to the durability of the materials offered, and because this is a little bit larger, I would be concerned about the weight limit if you did want to take this on something like Ryanair or AirAsia. But as I mentioned, for the most part, because it maintains a pretty sleek silhouette and you're wearing the bag, I do think that you should be able to carry it on. Continuing along the outside, the bag has really comfortable handles on the side and top, which are going to make it really easy to place this into an overhead storage compartment. If you want to use the one on the side to carry this like a briefcase, that should also work pretty well, even though this is a little bit of a larger bag. And the handles themselves are really well padded, they're nice and comfortable, and then I really like that they don't come out too much to ruin the sleek look of the bag. So just a really nice implementation here. And then continuing on with the other side, I was happy to see that there is an external water bottle pocket, and this is able to hold the water bottle that I've used in all my other travel bag videos, and that fits in there fairly comfortably. I was a little bit surprised that the compartment seemed a little bit smaller than a lot of the other compartments like these that we've seen on Aer's bags. Normally my water bottle fits a little bit more snugly. Here it kind of felt like it might actually fall out due to just how shallow this compartment is, so I would be concerned about using this, especially if I was carrying this like a briefcase or a shoulder bag. So still like having this external water bottle compartment. It's going to be great for holding something like an umbrella or maybe a smaller water bottle. And then as far as the implementation, again, as with Aer's other bags, I was really happy to see that they did include this zipper to allow you to kind of put this away when you don't want to use it and to help the bag keep a sleeker look. And then jumping into the straps and the back paneling, the bag has been super comfortable to wear. Generally, Aer's harnesses are always very comfortable, but it feels like they've definitely improved upon their designs here. I really like how the straps have been implemented. They offer a nice amount of thickness and padding. On the inside, they have this nice meshy material to help prevent moisture from building up. And then the straps also have a great width to help prevent them from digging into your shoulders when you're wearing the bag with a lot of weight. And then moving up along the straps, they've also included some nice load lifters here, which is really great, especially since this is a bigger and taller bag. Having these is always nice to be able to pull the bag closer to your back to just make it a little bit more comfortable to carry, and it's always nice to have a little bit more flexibility in how you can configure the straps and how everything rests on your shoulders. And then on top of that, the straps also include an adjustable and removable sternum strap to help distribute the weight. And then moving down towards the bottom, you also have the ability to add and remove a waist belt, especially with this being a larger bag. This is a very nice addition, and Aer has their very own waist belt that you can buy separately. It's not included with the bag, but this is a really nice waist belt that has a nice amount of padding, very similar to the materials that you see on the straps, and they're very easy to attach and detach with these clips. So I normally don't end up using this as I like to keep a cleaner look when I'm running around during travel, but if you like to have the additional support, especially with a larger and heavier bag like this, it's nice that you have the ability to add these. And then moving on to the back paneling, this has also been really comfortable, a great implementation here. It has a nice amount of padding. I really like the mesh material used here. This is going to be great for help preventing moisture from building up. And then the padding also has a nice amount of elevation to create some air channels to help airflow while you're walking around throughout the day. And then Aer has actually added a frame sheet that goes all the way down the bottom of the bag to just give you a little bit more support. So in general, just a really comfortable harness system all around. Even when it's been fully packed out, it has continued to feel great to wear. The last thing that I'll mention while we're on the back paneling is that it also includes this nice luggage passage so that you can rest this on your suitcase while you're walking around the airport. Normally when I'm traveling with a backpack this big, I wouldn't normally carry an additional suitcase, but if that's something that you need to do, it's really nice to have this additional strap so that you can rest this and save some of the weight on your back while you're moving around. And then if you want to give the bag a cleaner look, or you have to check the bag for whatever reason, you do have the ability to hide the strap. So they're attached with these durable plastic clips here, and you can easily hide the strap away in this sleeve area that there is at the top. And then at the bottom, if you want to tuck the buckle away, there is a little slot for you to do so here. So very nice, easy implementation here to make it very easy to tuck the straps away when you don't want to use them. And then if you have tucked the straps away and you decide that you want to use this as a shoulder bag, the bag has two plastic loops where you can attach an included shoulder belt, and this has been really comfortable to use. This is very well padded. I like when straps have this amount of padding to make it more comfortable to wear as this rests on your shoulder, and so it's very easy to attach the strap. It has these durable plastic clips, and then you can wear this on your shoulder or across body if you prefer that. Personally, for a bag of this size, I normally like to use this more as a backpack as opposed to a shoulder bag, but it's still really nice to have the versatility of multiple carry options. And then jumping into the organizational options, Aer keeps things really simple here, but it's a very effective layout. And so before jumping into the actual pockets, the first thing that I'll mention is that most of the compartments have lockable zippers, so that's nice to have that extra bit of security, as you can see here. And so the first pocket that we're going to take a look at is a top quick access area. I love how Aer implements this. These have a really nice YKK zipper here, very easy to access as you're running around throughout your day. And the implementation here is very, very nice, a little bit different than what we've seen from Aer in the past. On the inside of this compartment, you have a very soft fleece lining, which is going to make it really nice for storing more delicate items such as a phone or some glasses. In my case, what I currently have in here is just my Apple Magic Mouse. And then I also have my Apple AirPods Pro. And then the last thing that I have in here is just a lightning cable to charge my phone. And so even with the items that I currently had in there, plenty of leftover space. I like how deep this compartment goes. I can almost fit my whole hand in there. And then in addition to the felt lining, I noticed that the top of the compartment is also a little bit more padded. So just some nice additional features here, and definitely something that I hope to see spread to some of Aer's other bags going forward. The next area that we're going to take a look at is a larger accessory compartment, and this has a nice wide opening with a really great YKK zipper. So opening this up, this is really beefy zipper here. You can pull this up, it opens up nice and wide so you can easily see everything that's in the compartment. So a nice amount of space and organizational options on the inside of this area. I like that this comes out a little bit more to make it easy to store bulkier items. And so just jumping in, the first thing that I have here are my BluePop portable Bluetooth speaker and power bank. And then I also have my Ray-Ban sunglasses with their case, and those were just kind of sitting on the bottom of the compartment. And then moving up along the side, there's a few slip pockets here. These are nice and elastic in case you want to store something a little bit bulkier. The only thing that I currently have in this one here is my Field Notes notebook. And then in the one next to that, I just have my Samsung T5 portable hard drive. And so a nice amount of space in these compartments. I really like how much they come out to give you a lot of flexibility with what you can store here. And then moving on to the back, there's just a large slip pocket here, a little bit of a sleeve where you can store larger items. Currently what I have in here is just my iPad mini, and that fits in there really comfortably. One thing about this sleeve is that it's not actually padded, so it's not really protective, but I just like to place my tablet or my Kindle in here as it's going to be a little bit easier to reach as I'm running around throughout the day. And then moving on to the other side, there's another zippered pocket that's going to be good for holding smaller accessories. So opening this up, a nice amount of space here. I really like the mesh material that's used here. It's kind of elastic, so it just feels a little bit higher quality, and like it's going to give you a lot more flexibility with what you can store here. And so currently the only things that I have in here are just a few smaller things, such as a cable that I use to pair with my Samsung hard drive. And then I also have a small nail clipper and a stylus. And then the last thing in here is this lanyard that has a plastic clip that's going to be great for attaching your keys so they're easy to find. Currently what I have here is just my Gerber Shard multi-tool, but this is going to be a great spot to keep your keys easily accessible. And so overall, just a really nice amount of space and internal organization in this area. I like that because this spot is so big, it's going to be great for not only holding some of these smaller accessories, but this may be an area where you can store something like a dot kit or maybe a larger pair of headphones or a jacket if you need a little bit more space for things that don't fit in the main area. The next area that we're going to take a look at is the laptop compartment, and I really like how this has been implemented here. A nice well-protected zipper, and the zipper opens up very wide to make it easy to get to this, especially if you're going through TSA. Very quick access here. And then jumping into the sleeve itself, I really like how this has been implemented. A nice amount of padding on the sleeve, and then one of my favorite things is that it now has a soft felt lining on the back of the compartment to help prevent against scratching. This is something that I've been wanting to see on Aer's bags for a long time, so really like the addition here. And then the compartment is also suspended off the bottom of the ground to add that extra bit of protection, and so plenty of space for up to a 15-inch laptop. Currently what I have in here is my 13-inch MacBook Pro, so pulling this out, now with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside, and so this comes up an okay amount. It is a little bit slimmer than some of the other laptop compartments that we've seen, so if you have a thicker device, it may be a bit of a tight fit. And then one thing that I notice is when the bag is fully packed out, this starts to get really cramped in here. So in a second, we'll take a look at the tablet sleeve, but I chose to leave that empty just because of how tight it was already getting with my laptop. So I wanted to avoid any damage, and that's something you'll definitely want to keep in mind as you're packing your bag out. But overall, really like the implementation here. It definitely feels like it's going to help keep my device protected throughout the day. And then as I was mentioning, there is a sleeve on the front of this compartment that's going to be great for holding something like a tablet. You'll definitely be able to hold up to a 10-inch tablet in here, and it'll fit pretty comfortably. Nice amount of elasticity on this compartment, but not a whole lot of padding. This is just a pretty flimsy sleeve here. It is elevated off the bottom of the ground, so it will keep your tablet protected from drops. But for the most part, I chose to leave this empty just to help prevent that pressure from building on my laptop, and then just to keep it a little bit more easily accessible in the top area that we saw earlier. So overall, even though it's a bit of a tight fit, still a pretty good job with this tech area. And then the last area that we're going to take a look at is the main compartment, and this has plenty of space. I really like the implementation here, and so this has a duffel style opening, and the zippers here are really durable, and they're a little bit hard to open at first, especially when the bag is a little bit newer. So I like all the pull tabs that Aer has included to help kind of open it up. And so pulling the compartment open, a nice wide opening here. I really like how easy it is to see everything that's inside the main area. And so jumping into the items that I currently have in here, first up is my Aer Dop Kit, which is one of my favorite Dop kits. It's a little bit bigger, so I don't normally use this when I'm trying to travel a little bit more minimally, but because this is a larger bag, I chose to use this one here. And then next up, I have a few pairs of shoes. First up, I have a pair of slimmer sneakers, and then I also have a pair of Toms, which I take with me on pretty much every trip. And so now with this area a little bit emptier, one thing that I'll mention is that it was a little bit hard to take full advantage of the capacity here. There was an interesting amount of space where I tried to kind of slide in my sneakers since they were a little bit slimmer, but there's just this gap here which might be good for placing something like a Dop kit or a jacket, but it did end up feeling just a little bit emptier when I was packing it out. And then moving on, the next thing that I have here on the side is my Aer Go Pack, which is one of my favorite bags to pack when I'm traveling with a larger bag like this. It's always nice to have just something simple to use while you leave this in your hotel. And then next up, I have a smaller packing cube that has some of my smaller clothing items, such as my underwear and my socks. And then the last item that I have in here is my larger double-sided and compressible packing cube from Arkedo that has my shirts and jeans and larger clothing items. And so now with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. Just a very simple layout here, no sort of internal organization or compression straps. And this is where you can get a really good look at kind of the shape of the compartment. It really does have a capsule-like appearance, and this simplicity really gives you a lot of flexibility with how you can organize all of your stuff. And then the last thing that I'll mention here in the main area is that there is this zippered mesh compartment on the flap that's going to be great for adding a little bit of separation for this main area. So it's going to be a great spot for putting maybe some toiletries or a laundry bag or maybe some of your dirty clothes. And then I really like that this compartment just kind of lays flat if you don't want to use it. So overall, just a really nice, simple implementation in this main area. And I really like the design and organization throughout the rest of the bag. And if you're looking for a spacious and simple bag that's going to offer a great build quality and tons of comfort, this is going to be a great option to check out. And so to wrap up, it's been a really great experience testing out the Aer Capsule Pack Max over the past couple of weeks. The bag has been really comfortable to wear, it has plenty of space, it has a great build quality, and I really like the simplified design that it has. And so you can currently purchase this on Aer's site for about $250, which is definitely a bit of an investment, but considering the features and build quality that the bag offers, it feels like a pretty reasonable price, and it compares well to other bags in this price range. And so as I was testing this out, one of the first bags this made me think of was the Aer Travel Pack 2, which is still kind of my favorite all-around travel bag, especially when I'm traveling for a little bit longer. And so this is quite a departure from Aer's normal aesthetic, and it offers a little bit more space than the 33 liters that the Travel Pack 2 offers. But personally for me, I still prefer the aesthetics and the sleekness of the Travel Pack 2. I've never felt Tight on space with that one. I really like all the different organizational options that it offers, and it comes in at a little bit of a lower price. So if you like Aer's aesthetics and you want a durable bag that's just going to work really well for all sorts of different environments, that's still going to be one of the best options to check out. The next bag this made me think of was the Nomadic Travel Bag, which is another duffel style bag that comes in at around 40 liters. That's been one of my favorite larger travel bags to use, and they come in at a similar size, but I actually like that the Nomadic Travel Bag is able to hold a similar amount of stuff but look a little bit sleeker and less bulky. So if you're looking for something that's going to offer some more organizational options in a similar price range and that also has a duffel style opening, that's also going to be a great option to take a look at. Another bag this made me think of was the Standard Luggage Co. Travel Bag, which is just a really versatile travel backpack that has a ton of capacity. It's actually going to be a little bit bigger than this, and it also has the ability to expand. It has tons of great organizational options, a really solid build quality, and it also has the ability to be used as a shoulder bag and a briefcase, much like this one. That bag is going to come in at around $190, so a little bit lower price. So if you're looking for a bag with a similar capacity that's going to give you a lot of versatility and have a great build quality, that's going to be another great option to keep in mind. The next bag this made me think of was the Osprey Farpoint 40, which we looked at pretty recently, and that's one of the best kind of all-purpose travel bags for most people. It's definitely not going to have the sleek style that this bag has, but it can hold a ton of stuff, and it still has one of the most comfortable harness systems that I've used on a travel bag. On top of that, it has a really solid build quality, and it's going to come in at a little bit of a lower price point. So if you're looking for a solid all-purpose travel bag that you're going to be able to use in a bunch of different environments and you want to save a little bit of money, that's going to be a great option to check out. The last option that I'll mention here, if you have a little bit of a tighter budget, is the Initech 40-liter travel bag that we looked at pretty recently. That bag has a pretty impressive build quality for the price point that it comes in at, a similar capacity, and it also has a pretty sleek aesthetic. So if you're looking for a spacious bag that's going to offer some nice organizational options and comfort that's going to come in at under $100, that's going to be one of the best options to check out. With all that being said, the Aer Capsule Pack Max holds up really well against all those bags, and if you can afford the higher price point and you're looking for a bag that's going to offer a really sleek design, plenty of space, tons of comfort, and a really solid build quality, this is still going to be a great option to check out. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you guys think of the all-new Capsule Collection from Aer, and if there are any similar bags that you think I should feature on the channel. As always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to go ahead and thank the company again for sending the bag for me to test out. And if you guys found this video useful, please give us a like. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And thank you guys so much.